Hello, this is Dr. Roddy Ferguson, 2004 Olympian, four-time national judo champion, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt, author, speaker, and coach. The question for today is, how do I put together a grip fighting game plan for competition and for my workouts? So basically, the question is, how do you put together a grip fighting game plan for the competitive environment and the practice environment? These two environments are different, but what makes them the same is that the grip fighting tools that you use, or the sequences and strategies that you use in both, they're the same. The intensity increases and the anxiety increases because of what we call the environmental fabricators, meaning the crowd, the referees, the score, the opponent in front of you, and basically the winner take all mentality as you move up the ladder of tournaments in terms of difficulty and importance. The key, as we say in every video when it comes to grip fighting, on everything in terms of developing technique, the key is the repetition. You have to do the repetition, and the repetition has to be done deliberately. But the way to put together some stratagem is to understand the landscape of a judo match, what it looks like, so that you can then reverse engineer a game plan based upon what you're trying to accomplish and what the goals are. Meaning, for some people, the goal is to throw for Ippon. For some people, it's just to win the match. For others, it's to win the Newaza. And for some people, is to not lose. I tell people all the time, there's two ways to get to the top of a medal stand. You can win all your matches or not lose any. And both of those conceptual frameworks provide the same end goal, but they do so with different tactics and different strategies. So I'm not a throw person, nor am I a submit person. What I am is a person who has the desired end goal of being at the top of the medal stand at the end of the day. Sometimes I do that with the prettiest judo possible. Sometimes I do that with the ugliest judo possible. But at the end of the day, I'm going to do it with the most effective judo as possible. What you want to find out before you create a game plan is you want to do a SWOT analysis. You want to go over your strengths, your weaknesses, your opportunities, and your threats. You want to do those particular things. Those things can be found in a product that I have called the Gold Medal Plan. You also want to look at the landscape of a judo match. You can find this in the judomanifesto.com. The Judo Manifesto is 100% free. It is chock full of information. I highly recommend it for every coach, every judo parent. I encourage you to watch it after you finish viewing this video. I think it's that important for you to understand the things that are available to you, the things that are available for you, and how you need to structure out your personal game and game plan so that you can be successful. It will also allow you to identify the holes that you need to work on. So you can't go and create a game plan to throw somebody for Uchimata if you don't have any grips, if you don't know how to grip righty versus lefty, if you don't know how to grip righty versus righty or lefty versus lefty, if you don't understand, Kenka Yotsu and I Yotsu, the same side gripping and opposite side gripping, and then you don't have a quality understanding of Koshikiruma, Surikomigoshi, and then, of course, Uchimata. If you want to throw somebody for Uchimata, or that's your end game, there are steps or things that have to be in place in order to make that particular thing happen. So instead of becoming so specific of, I have a game plan to throw people at Uchimata, which is really a tactical thing, and then you have to find out the strategy to make that work. Maybe you want to go in the direction of, I want to win this judo match. Here are my strengths. How do I build upon these things in order to win? And let me identify my weaknesses, and let me fortify my weak areas while I'm building on them through practice. And then once you do that and you find out how to reverse engineer those particular things, then you can develop a map for your success in judo, which is also another product that we have called Judo Success Secrets. The Gold Medal Plan, Judo Success Secrets, and the Judo Manifesto, all those are found on the Udemy.com platform. Many of the products there are free. I think you will enjoy them. The key is understanding the following. Before you come up with a game plan, you need to do a SWOT analysis of your strengths, your weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. After you have done those particular things, ask yourself the following. Am I trying to win the judo match? Or am I trying to not lose the match? There's no negative. Don't get involved in a negative or positive. The only negative or positive thing is the outcome at the end. Either you advance through the rounds or you don't. That doesn't mean that you don't throw. That doesn't mean that you don't attack. That doesn't mean any of that stuff. It means that you have to figure out the type of framework that you're going to adopt. And then once you figure that out, then you put your tactics and your strategies and then your tactics inside your game plan in order to produce the result that you're looking for. To know exactly what you need, exactly what you're missing, man, get the Judo Manifesto. Understand what you need in order to win a judo match. Understand what you need. Case in point, we can have this discussion. I'm going to close because the Judo Manifesto is free, and I'm not going to go over everything in the Judo Manifesto in this video. But let me tell you this: sitting down and coming up with a strategy for competition and a strategy for randori or practice does you absolutely no good if you don't have any strength or any conditioning. If your VO2 max is garbage and you can't even do 2 5-minute rounds in practice, or 2 4-minute rounds in practice, or 2 6-minute rounds in practice, sitting here talking about all these funky grips doesn't mean anything. You need to work on your conditioning. I can teach you the best grip fighting sequences in the world, and if you don't have the upper body strength to pull it off, it's not going to happen. And if you're not aware, when they took the leg grabs out, it actually increased the upper body strength of the overall judo player, especially at the international level. The upper body strength of a Greco-Roman wrestler is a tad bit higher than the upper body strength and trunk strength of a freestyle wrestler. The judo player today has more upper body strength than the judo player of, let's say, 10, 15 years ago, who had more lower body strength, because you don't have all the pickups that you did before. It's very, very, very different. You still have pickups, but it's different. The trunk strength of the judo player has increased over time. So today's judo avatar is different than it was 15, 20 years ago. And you need to understand that, because you need to understand what you need in order to build so that you can create a robust game plan, because your game plan is no good if you don't have the strength or the conditioning behind it to make it work. Understand the strength and conditioning. Those are techniques too. So udemy.com, check out the Judo Manifesto, the Gold Medal Plan, and then when you get those two things down, you want to get Judo Success Secrets and learn how to put a game plan together for yourself, for competition, and for practice. And you're gonna have to understand lesson planning, you're gonna have to understand game planning, and you're gonna have to understand how to create the building blocks, and to know that you're not gonna get everything in one day. Right now, if I wanna go in the kitchen and make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, what's the first thing I need? Some people say, oh, the first thing you need is peanut butter, the first thing you need is jelly, the first thing you need is peanut butter. Well, the first thing you need to do is you need to check and see what you have. And then once you identify what you have and or what you don't have, then you can start making decisions based upon your resources to go acquire those things. Meaning, you said, man, I only got $3. Well, with $3, you can't buy peanut butter. And with $3, it's tight on the jelly. With $3, there's certain types of breads I can buy. Can't buy the high-end bread, but I can buy the low-end white bread. I don't want low-end bread. Then you have to wait. So these are the things that have to be done first. Before you can run out and say, I want to make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, well, what resources do we have to make the peanut butter and jelly sandwich? And then do we have a chef that can make the sandwich? Have you made one before? Well, I've seen it made. Yeah, but have you made one before? No, I haven't. Well, I get on YouTube. Well, you can get on YouTube if you want to. What type of peanut butter do you need? What's the best peanut butter for you? Yeah, I can make you a peanut butter and jelly sandwich right now. White bread, peanut butter that has high fructose corn syrup in it, along with jelly that has high fructose corn syrup in it. Or I can make you a peanut butter and jelly sandwich with some Ezekiel bread, with all natural peanut butter, and with natural jelly with no high fructose corn syrup in it. Both of those sandwiches are peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, but they are made differently. According to a newbie or someone who's never had one before or doesn't know the difference, you won't know the difference between those two sandwiches. And both sandwiches will be good to you and good for you over a period of time. But when you start off, they'll be the same. But as you increase, one sandwich is going to help you and one sandwich is going to hurt you. And that is the difficult part of trying to explain to people who are new why you can't throw on both sides in the beginning. Not that you can't throw both ways, but why you can't switch your feet in between gripping, where you got to learn one way and then learn the other way. Well, everything will work in the beginning, but you'll get stuck towards the end. Do yourself a favor, check out these particular resources, and have a great day.